Welcome to AINTV.com. I'm Ed Highland with a look at the stories making headlines here at the Farnborough Air Show. We begin with big news from Bombardier. The company has launched its new CSeries family of airliners, even without a firm customer. AINTV's Kurt Epstein joins us now with all the details.
Success of the CSeries. Thank you.
Bombardier's C-Series of commercial jets has been in development for years, and the Canadian airframer has finally taken the plunge.
We are effectively changing the game in the commercial aircraft market by creating a family of aircraft with the economic, performance, environmental, and passenger-oriented improvements that are being demanded by our customers, the world's major airlines, for the next quarter century.
This next-generation aircraft will fill the void left by retired MD-80s, DC-9s, and older 737s for a 5-abreast seating airliner in the 100 to 149 passenger class. With a fuselage to be constructed in China of lightweight aluminum lithium alloy, Bombardier claims the C-Series will have 20% better fuel burn efficiency than any other passenger jet in production. The program is expected to cost $2.8 billion in developmental fees, and while some may question the timing of the launch, when the airline industry is reeling from rising fuel prices, Bombardier feels that could actually be an advantage.
It's probably the best timing, because if you launch in a booming market, it takes us 5 years to bring the aircraft to the market. So likely by the time you come to the market, you're in a down cycle. Now we launch in a turmoil, in a cycle that's going to be challenging for a lot of airlines. But in 5 years from now, we feel that there'll be an opportunity for us to capture the next upcycle.
Bombardier says it's already received a letter of intent from Lufthansa for up to 60 of the new aircraft, expected to enter into service by 2013. Ed, back to you.
Thanks, Kurt. Bombardier also expects the CRJ-1000 to take to the skies for the first time this month, on time and on budget. A prototype of the 100-seat aircraft will begin a 14-month flight test regime. Assuming everything goes according to plan, Bombardier plans to deliver the aircraft to Brit Air by the end of 2009. A rare glimpse here at Farnborough of a military intelligence gathering aircraft, one based on a business jet normally reserved for VIPs. You can just make out what began as a Gulfstream 550, but has now been adapted by Israel Aerospace Industries to provide early warning, intel, and air combat command and control. The CAEW, or Conformal Airborne Early Warning and Control 550, became operational with the Israeli Air Force in February and is part of a phased replacement to a more cost-effective fleet of 550s. With oil prices soaring, airlines now have a strong financial incentive to reduce their carbon footprints. A key way to do this is to use more fuel-efficient green engines. As AINTV's David Lombardo shows us, one engine manufacturer here at Farnborough is growing its own commitment.
Ed, we're here at CFM's booth where they're putting on the final touches, including real sod, to emphasize their commitment to building and designing green engines. I'm here with Julian Moxon, AIN's engine expert. Julian, we understand that CFM is introducing a new engine. What's the significance?
Well, this Farnborough Air Show finds the industry facing the biggest challenge it's ever faced, which is the shock rise in fuel prices that's now taking place. And CFM have come up with a brand new engine that they say they can have ready as soon as 2016, which will burn 16% less fuel and emit 60% lower carbon and nitrogen products.
Now, does this appear to be a trend then that's happening in the industry?
It certainly is a trend that's going on in the industry, and others are working on advanced designs also. In parallel, CFM has a much more advanced design which could be ready, they say, by 2020. This has rotor blades on the outside of the engine. It's a completely different concept. A lot of development needed to be done. Nobody's sure about whether it can work. So we're waiting to see whether they can do that. It would be a very advanced solution for the airlines, but it would look, the aeroplane that resulted from it would look completely different.
Thank you, Julian. We also understand that Safran and GE have extended their very profitable relationship to the year 2040. For AIN TV, I'm David Lombardo.
Thanks, David. And in what may be the smallest effort in the high-performance engine category, Safran subsidiary Microturbo is showing off its tiny TR3. Just 13 inches long and weighing less than a pound, the TR3 carries a very high thrust-to-weight ratio and will operate up to 30,000 feet. Microturbo believes the TR-3 has applications for expendable UAVs, target drones, and missiles. Certification is expected by the end of this year, with production slated to begin in 2009. Thanks for joining us. We'll leave you now with video of the F-18 Hornet flying high above the skies over Farnborough. Enjoy the view, and we'll see you again soon.